Hello and welcome to TPM Software. The last training module there we imported our financial transactions in TPM into Sage and showed you the results. But now we're going to look at it a bit closer before we get into job costing. So let's start by looking at Sage. Just to recap, we imported the customer, Joe Brown. We if we go into activity, we'll see that we had all the activity reports for setup charges, holding deposit, rental deposit, amounts paid in cheque, periodic charge for the month of November, and the sales receipt of £800, all clearly identified in Sage. Into suppliers, we know that the reason why there's a 706 balance in Landlord Smith's account is because of the management charge of £94. And we begin to bank. We know that bank current account is like that because Joe, in fact, we received £800 for the periodic charge. So all being well, we'll look at the company accounts now, which is where I want to take you to. Look at the company accounts, and we can see that we'll get we start at code 1102, which is the holding deposit and the setup fees. Now the setup fees were £117.50, and that's balanced out on the credit side by the £17.50 sales tax and the actual setup charges, £100 there. So those two balance. So 4002, 2200, 1102. Now we do know that there is still a holding deposit that needs allocated, and that holding deposit, we go into activity, it's holding deposit, there we go, for Joe Brown, and it's £800. Now that can either go into an investment account by journal transfer, or go into one of your allocated bank accounts in your Sage system. Close that. The actual bank current account is at £800 because we received from a sales receipt of £800 from Joe Brown. In a creditor's control account, we are still due the landlord £706. The landlord and supplier's credits is like that because the landlord would be anticipated to realise the full amount of the money, which was £800, but of course we have charged them a management fee, which makes it £706. The management fee VAT is £14. Periodic charge, which goes into the sales ledger, and the setup charges of net £100. Now the reason it goes into our sales ledger as an agency is because it's offset by the 2101 account, which offsets the periodic charge. So really the only amount of money we are making is the £94, which will be the difference between the £800 and the 706. The £80 is the net amount for the management charge. The purchase ledger account is the landlord's income from tenants, which of course is less than management fee. So all being well, we're going to pay off a supplier now, and that supplier is of course Landlord Smith, who has got a balance of 706. So we would do this in TPM. Obviously, as soon as we went to the cash book in TPM, we go into TPM and go into Tenants, and if you remember this but far back, you're doing well. The reason it's taking a bit longer is because we're running Sage Financial Controller and of course a screen capture device. Tenants cash book. And if we go back to the first record, there's the transaction there, £800. So exit cash book, close Tenants, go back into Sage. So now we want to, obviously once we in TPM receive that money, we pay it to the landlord right away. But if you're using Sage, you obviously would do the imports and go into bank and pay a supplier, which of course is a landlord Smith. So check number 1234. Payee is okay, outstanding, Mr. Smith. 1234. And if we pay in full, we've now paid him his 706, which is the periodic charge details. As you can see, all in there nicely for Hawkhill Place. Landlord invoice 2 and L001, and that should leave us with a bank balance of 94. So just say save. That's nicely away. The supplier's account will be balanced now, and our bank will be reduced by £94. This will be shown in the company ledger nominal codes. Bank current account £94, and no creditors account for excuse me, Landlord Smith. And that's the nominal ledgers for you. I'll just give you a quick wee look at that. And then we'll say close, minimize, and back to TPM Software.